So our next speaker is a dynamic clinician. He's a filmmaker, a global change maker. His unique journey from engineering to psychology in Hollywood has shaped a powerful, practical approach to healing and transformation. He's the founder and clinical director of the Zan Institute of Psychology. Please help me welcome Dr. Alexander Karimi.
Thank you. Well, I'm a high school dropout from Iran who found himself at age 16 in a whole different country in England, Yorkshire. No family, no friends, no siblings, and I just had to find a way to survive. Basic necessities of life, like shelter and food, were my number one priority. I had to work, do anything possible. First thing, mop the floors. I found a job in a small little Indian restaurant, and I would wait tables, mop the floors, wash the dishes, do whatever it took so that I could pay for my small closet-sized 10 by 6 room and buy myself a loaf of bread and put some ketchup on it. I knew I had to change my circumstances. I knew that was not me. I knew that I could do a lot better in life. Today, I hold multiple degrees and lead a team of psychologists providing services in one of the largest private practices in LA County. My name is Dr. Alexander Karimi, and I'm here to share with you the secret of how I made that change from mopping the floors, closet-sized room, to the mansion I live in today. You see, when I was 16, I was financially in dire straits. I had nothing. I had to do anything. But what I lacked in money, I made up for in imagination. I knew I could sit there and imagine the slice of bread with ketchup was a steak. Next night, it was chicken. Even though I'm not a big fan of fish, sometimes it would be a fish. There were waiters serving me. And as I sat on that small bed, looking out the window, and the snow coming down, I would say, wow, now I know why people like Swedish Alps. Tomorrow I'm gonna go and ski that slope. My imagination kept me alive. My imagination gave me what I needed. It gave me the desire to change my life. One thing that I remember my father always telling me was no matter what you do, you have to be the best at it. It doesn't matter what it is, just do your best, be the best at it. So when I was mopping the floors, I always imagined there was a competition. All these people lined up, each had a certain area of the floor that they had to mop. TV cameras were on us, commentators were talking about us, and they were always commenting, wow, look at that kid, that 16-year-old, he's mopping that floor so well. He is the best we've ever seen. When I was serving tables, I was the best at it. I was serving tables, I was talking to my clients, my guests, and everybody loved me. That's how I felt. And guess what? Because I felt that way, it projected out into the real world. Before you know it, I was noticed. I was getting promotions. I was changing jobs. I was becoming head waiter, and later on the restaurant manager. And as I was doing that and making more money, I was setting my goals higher and higher. I dreamed that I would have my own house. I wanted my own house. I started looking at houses. I was only maybe about 19. And I said, no, I don't want to rent a place. I want to have my own. And I looked at what was in the market, arrived at a figure that, you know what? If I find a house at this figure, I can buy it. I just need a down payment. Then I realized that I don't want to catch buses all the time. It's always raining in England, especially northern England, and it's cold. I want to have a car. I decided how much money I needed for a car. I used to go to places like IKEA, furniture shops, sit there on the furniture that I like, and I pretended that I was there in my living room, and people who were passing by, they were my guests, having fun. I would talk to people as if they are in my living room. And the universe heard me. The universe felt the desire in me. The universe saw the passion for what I wanted. Before you know it, when I was offered the managerial job, they gave me a sign-on bonus. That bonus became the deposit. I bought my first house at age 21. At 21, I bought this house. It was about 200 years old, built out of stone, and it was haunted, which was a great bonus. When my friends came over, when they heard the sound from inside the walls, somebody knocking, they all got scared and we had fun. Later on, as I felt for a moment satisfied that, well, I've achieved what I wanted. I have the house, I have the car, but is that all? Well, I grew up in Iran, my parents being Persian families. It's a typical thing that you tell your kids, one day you're going to be a doctor, one day you're going to be an engineer, you'll be an attorney. They encourage education. So I thought, well, you know what? Maybe I'm letting my family down. I'm a high school dropout, but can I go back to school? And secretly, I was envious when I saw students going to universities. One day, I made a commitment. As we were passing Bradford University, I said to my friend Danny, I said, Danny, one day I'll be a student going in that building and I'll be studying for a degree. He laughed at me. He said, you didn't even finish high school. How can you go to university? I said, I will. It was a short few years later when I invited him to my graduation. I graduated with a bachelor's in engineering, electrical engineering, because electronics had always been my passion. And soon after that, I invited him again, this time with my master's in engineering, specialized in missile guidance systems and military radar. Again, I had a passion for it. And when I studied electronics, one thing that I learned was about vibrations and frequencies. I now understood that when I'm driving my bright yellow BMW, yeah, I had a yellow BMW, that's what the fashion was in the 80s, I would want to change the radio station. Sometimes I would play music on the radio, and the radio was playing something I didn't desire. I would just change the radio station, and voila, suddenly it's a whole different music. Studying electronics taught me that, oh, that's because I'm tuning into a different station. I started thinking about it as any scientist, relating it to real life. When I achieve my goals, is it because I'm tuning into the universe at a different radio station? When I'm passionate about something, do I send my own frequencies out there where the universe hears it and gives it back to me? So I started practicing with this thing. I started saying, oh yeah, when I'm really passionate, it always happens. It could be a simple thing, like finding a parking space. It could be simple, like going to a place and running into a friend that I hadn't seen for many years. Have you ever noticed when you think about somebody and suddenly they call you? That's when you're sending your brain waves out there to the universe. And the universe says, oh, you want to talk to him? He's going to call you. That's what happens. So as I was thinking about all these things, and I realized that, well, when I'm passionate about something, I can get it. Especially if I specifically say, I want a house with 2 bedrooms, a fireplace, so like in the movies, I can cuddle up with my girlfriend in front of that fireplace and love each other. I get it. I started putting it to practice. As it happens, that summer, my sister, who resided in California, called me. And she said, hey, this summer for your vacation, why don't you come here to Los Angeles? Well, growing up in Europe, let me tell you something. People are scared of California because they think everybody's carrying guns, they're shooting each other. You go to the ATM, you're going to get mugged, everything. So I said to her, no, no, you know, I'll just go to Greece or Spain. She said, no, no, come here. It's not that bad. It's safe. As I was thinking that, I remembered that as a child, I'd always been writing stories. And only a few months before, my best friend's wife had told me, Alex, every time you come here on the weekends, you tell us stories. And your stories are amazing. Why don't you write them down? And I had started writing them down. So I had now a few novels, manuscripts. And when my sister invited me to Los Angeles, finally convinced me to come, as I was packing my bags, I said, hold on, I've got these manuscripts. Los Angeles, Hollywood, maybe I go there and I get discovered. Maybe I can take my scripts and sell them. And then one day I see them on the big silver screen. I started dreaming about that. This is a technique today I call cognitive adaptive daydreaming. Daydreaming that's really good for you. I started daydreaming about it. I saw myself exchanging my script for money. I set a goal for myself. I'm going to get $50,000. This is a long time ago. And I'm just going to come here and do this. I had no idea that thousands of people around the world and around the United States come to Los Angeles every year with that same dream, that they come here to sell their scripts or become actresses or become crew members, cinematographers. And many of them end up doing what I was doing at 16, waiting tables. So with that dream, I came over. I had 3 weeks. The first 2 weeks went by fast. I had to go to Disneyland, SeaWorld, Universal Studios, all the places you go. I loved Santa Monica, Venice Beach. Suddenly I realized, wow, I only have 4 days left and I still haven't sold my script. In fact, I haven't even talked to anybody about it. But my dream was still alive. And something within me said, well, it's not too late. You still have four days. When you're a dreamer, everything is possible. But you have to learn how to dream. When you're passionate about your dream, when you do your preparation, like having your script with you, somehow the universe will give you what you want. I was walking right down the road from here on Hollywood Boulevard, and I bought some postcards. Those days we would send postcards back home to our friends, and so I write down there, hey, wish you were here. And I ended up in Beverly Hills on Rodeo Drive, took some selfies, everything, and saw the post office. I went to the post office, and I'm asking for stamps. And of course, I have this accent that stands out. And this young lady came over to me and said, oh, wow, you're not from here, huh? Tell me about yourself. We had a quick chat. And she said, well, tomorrow night, I'm going to a rap party. Do you want to go with me? And I thought rap party is rap music. I had no idea what they call a rap party. I said, yeah, sure. She said, let me know where you're staying. I'll pick you up. She took me to this place, beautiful house, a mansion, pool, lots of people by the pool enjoying themselves. And she takes me right to the producer and says, this is Alex. He's visiting from England and he's a writer. And the producer says, yeah, I hear that all the time from people, but nobody has anything ready. Are you a writer? A writer that has written stories? I said, oh yeah, I got it all written up. I've got my manuscripts. He said, okay, here's my card. Come there tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock to my office, and we'll look at it. 10 o'clock, I was on Sunset Boulevard. I handed over the script the way I told him the story was the night before. He looked at it, he went through it and said, yes, exactly the story you told me. It's beautiful, I like it. Why don't you wait in the conference room? I want to talk to my partners. This was a major production company at the time. An hour later, he came to the conference room, he gave me a document to sign, and he gave me a check for $25,000. He thought I would be really excited and surprised. I looked and I thought, my goal was $50,000. And he said, you look a little disappointed. I said, it's just that I thought, I'm going to get 50. And he said, well, do you have another script? My maximum is 25,000. I reached in my bag and I brought the next script up. I said, here it is. And he wrote me another check for $25,000. I went back home with $50,000, a dream that would never, ever anybody would think would be possible. I did it. Not because I'm anything special, but because I have learned how to tap into the universe and get what I want. Now, on my website, alexkarimi.com, you can see how to do this, how to dream, because dreaming is not easy. What we have a lot of limiting thoughts, because we grew up as children, people telling us, you can't do that. That's dangerous. Don't do that. It's not good for your future. People are always giving us advice based on their own experiences in life where they failed or they ended up hurting themselves. And I have learned to let go of all those limiting thoughts and dream big, very big. I'm here to tell you that you can tap into universe no matter what your goal is. If you're a sports person, you see you want to get gold medal in the Olympics. See yourself, imagine yourself standing there, bending down as they put the gold medal over your neck. If you want abundance and money and finances, do your part. Be prepared so that if they want for a script, you have it ready. At the same time, dream big and put it to the universe. The universe will put you at the right place at the right time to get that. If you want to do charity work, which is great, I do own a charity company right now. We help a lot of people. If you want to do a charity, you got to be specific. You can't just say, I want to help people. You have to be specific. Who do I want to help? This group of people, narrow it down. When I was doing my PhD, they said for your research, you have to narrow the gap. Be specific on what you're researching. And if you're specific about what you're doing to help people, you also have to say how much money I need, how many people I need on my team. And when you're that specific, and then you do your part and prepare, you get what you want. My thing is PSP. Be passionate about it. Passion means you cannot stop thinking about it. Passion means you dream about it as you go to bed and you wake up dreaming about it. Specific. Be very specific. Don't just say, I want a lot of money. Say exactly how much. When I teach this in my office, I put a why on the board. I say, why do you need that much? You have to explain it. And finally, be prepared. If you're not prepared, when the universe puts you in the right place, you're going to mess up. You're not going to get it. Thank you.